Hello, I'm Zeta Kai for the Gunpla Network, and this is our review of the Bandai 1/72nd scale TIE Striker. This was released in the year 2017 and sells for a suggested yen price of 2,700 yen, about 25 to 30 US dollars. This was my first foray into the world of Bandai Star Wars model kits, and I found this kit to be impressive. Most impressive. In fact, this kit is a very, very fantastic looking model kit. It's a perfect representation of the TIE Striker and looks great from all angles. It's molded in a imperial gray, black for the solar panels, and some clear plastic that we'll get into it a little bit later. It is amazingly detailed, very intricate details found all over the kit. The surface detailing is abundant. Again, as I mentioned in my unboxing, is everything that you want to see in a Star Wars model kit, full of greebles and little details for you to pick out later. As I'll do at the end of the video, I'll show you what you can do to kind of make those details stand out a little bit more. The assembly of this kit is super easy, very, very simple assembly, but a very fulfilling experience as the parts kind of all snap together and you stack this thing and make your model kit. So let's take a look at what some of the accessories are. You get quite a few. K2SO is not included, of course, but you do get quite a few other accessories. You get this nice little base right here that is movable. You can adjust it to different angles. I'll show you how that works. You get a sheet of water slide decals, which is a nice addition and should be included on all Gunpla model kits, in my opinion. You get these clear parts here for the cockpit and for some other pieces here and there, some optional parts basically. You get two green laser effect parts. You get a sheet of stickers, and you get a nice little silhouette of a TIE Striker pilot in scale. So let's take a look at these accessories one by one. So the first thing, and you'll have to excuse the lighting, I don't know what was happening here, but you get this kind of action base right here. It has two movable joints, and they are adjustable on 3 different settings. You can kind of see those there. So you can put them on to the stand in the vertical position, or you can tilt them to the left or to the right. You can do the same thing with up and down. You can keep it straight up and down. You can tilt it forward and you can tilt it back. It's a nice little stand. It works very well. I don't use it much in the review because you can't kind of see underneath the model kit to see some of the details. So I used a regular standard Bandai action base for it, but this is a very nice inclusion, and actually it's necessary. You need this for a model kit like this. So here are the laser effect parts, the blaster bolts, the firing out of the cannons here on the front. You can put them on the cannons underneath the cockpit like this. I actually like these ones the most. I think they look the best here. I thought I would like the ones on the tips of the wings, but these are the ones I prefer. You can also mount them to the heavy cannons. You can move them from here down to the heavy cannons, but you need an extra piece. And it's this very tiny, minute little piece right here. This little clear plastic bit fits over the front of the heavy cannons underneath. And then you take out your effect parts and plug them into there. Now these effect parts are super, super delicate. So the connection point is very, very tiny. Here you can see just how small that connection point is. So be very careful when fitting these into the different cannons. But they do hold very well and they look great once equipped. It's a really cool addition. I was a little disappointed at first that there weren't ones for every cannon, so you could have 6 at one time, but really 2 at a time is about all the TIE Striker can fire anyway, so whatever. What he's trying to say is, if you want a TIE Striker of your very own, please be sure to check out CanadianGundam.com. Canadian Gundam stocks tons of model kits, not just Gunpla, but also Star Wars model kits and other anime model kit lines. They also have tools, accessories, they offer flat rate shipping. Use the coupon code Gunpla Network at checkout. You can save 10% on your entire order. And they're a small business, so be sure to support small business in this time and pick something up there at CanadianGundam.com. Good point. Oh, you crack me up. Anyway, let's move on to some of the accessories. So here is what the cockpit looks like without the clear parts. So you get this black frame plastic piece. There's no clear components to it. You can actually, it's just a hole. You can see right into the pilot figure, but you can also put on the clear canopy piece for the cockpit. And you can do the same thing for the top hatch and the bottom hatch. The hatch for the main pilot right here, you pop it off and put on the clear piece, and the hatch for the other pilot, which unfortunately is not included in this kit. But you can pop off the hatch and put on the clear part if you'd like. They look fine, and you can use the included water slides or stickers in order to make them look like they're part of the fuselage. However, I found the particular water slide in this part here for the lower cockpit and the sticker for the main cockpit to be a little bit lacking. It's very tricky to get them across all the parts. These cockpit pieces curve a lot, so they don't look that great. However, these water slides I found to be very, very nice. So there's 3 different water slides here you put across the clear canopy. This was previously that clear part I just showed you. And you fold those water slides over the top, and they look really, really good. These are much better than the top hatch and bottom hatch pieces. The other water slides or stickers that I used on this kit that I found to work very nicely are the water slides used inside the cockpit to replicate the monitors. And there are quite a few of them, as you can see here, and they are very small and kind of tricky to get on. But if you use the water slides, they're very forgiving and allow you to move them around to just the right spot. You also get ones here for the front of the cockpit, and you get ones here for the Imperial symbol on the top of the TIE fighter pilot. Let's move on to articulation, and that's it. That's the articulation. The wings fold up and down as they do in universe, allowing the TIE Striker to more easily take off from a flat level surface and engage in atmospheric flight, as the TIE Striker is designed for atmospheric combat. And it looks really cool. It kind of reminds me of some kind of creature. I don't know why. I guess it's the mono eye and like the wings over the top. In this mode, it really reminds me of a creature. So let's move on to size comparisons. Here's the TIE Striker with a SH Figure Arts Scarif Trooper and a real grade RX-78-2. So I was very intrigued by how this would slot in to the sizing with scale with Gunpla model kits. So this is what it looks like with a 1:144 scale model kit. It looks pretty good together, and you can do fun things with it. Now, I mentioned how you can take this model kit to the next level, and what I did is I used some Vallejo Mecha model color black panel wash, and I put it all over the kit and made it look super grungy and grimy and very used and lived in, as is the norm in the Star Wars universe, and it really brings out all of those details. I went a little heavy with the weathering, I must say, but just a simple wash, just running it over and smearing it around with like a Q-tip and cleaning it up a little bit, and it looks fantastic. So all in all, I love this model kit. It is super simple to build, it's super easy to assemble, but it also comes apart very cleverly, and it allows you to take your modeling skills to the next level. So I think this is great for a beginner, and this is also great for an advanced modeler. There's enough detail here for an advanced modeler to really make this into something special. So I highly recommend the TIE Striker model kit, and I hope that Bandai's other Star Wars entrants are just as good. And I've started down the path of buying them and acquiring Star Wars model kits. So if you like what you see here, continue to subscribe. Let us know what you think about these Star Wars model kits. And as always, everyone, keep building. May the Force be with you, and stay safe. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot for watching.